session went very well. So we are hoping.
That's very good.
Yeah, no glitches.
Yep.
No issues. Went very smoothly.
I hope there won't be any glitch from my side. I hope.
Oh. We hope not. But you know, we don't have much choice when we deal with technology sometimes. So
Yeah.
1 minute.
Is Archana a participant?
Archana is our volunteer.
Oh, sorry. I
yeah.
didn't see her name in the list. That's why I got confused.
No,
Okay.
she will keep track of the time for you.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Archana. You're the boss. Yep.
If you see the OSAAT, the virtual background, they are our people.
Oh yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Kavya, Kriti, and Laya.
Hi.
Hi.
Namaste.
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 Yeah. Okay, Padu.
To you all.
4 o'clock.
Is the other two judges also here?
Yeah, they're here.
I'm here.
I'm
Shiva is
here. Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck to all the participants. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let
good
me
luck to
count
everybody.
down. We'll get started.
Okay.
Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Namaste, everyone. Welcome to VaadyaVaahini 2022. My name is Mangala. I am a OSAAT volunteer, and it's my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you today to our VaadyaVaahini contest. Today, right now, is the afternoon session. We had a very successful session in the morning, and we welcome you to the second session, the afternoon session of Junior Wind String Keyboard category. So once again, welcome to wherever you're joining us from. And so please relax and enjoy the show. At this time, I'd like to introduce you to Paddu Melanhalli. Paddu is the president of OSAAT USA. He is the backbone of the organization. Under his leadership, the organization has made tremendous strides in the past few years. So let's give a very warm welcome to Paddu. Paddu.
Namaste, everybody. So thank you, Mangala. So greetings from OSAAT to each and every one of you. So I would like to warm welcome everyone to VaadyaVaahini 2022. This is our signature event. We started last year, and this is year we are continuing it. And thanks for all the immense support from each one of you. So as Mangala said, so without you, this kind of an event is very difficult to organize, and then your support is always valuable, and that please continue the same level of support for OSAAT. Once again, I would like to warm welcome everybody, and then back to you, Mangala.
Thank you, Paddu. I would also like to introduce everyone to Shashi Kiran, another OSAAT volunteer. He is also the vice president of marketing for OSAAT. Shashi joined us recently, but within a very short time, he has made a significant impact on OSAAT. The way we work brought in a lot of new ideas. So he would like to share an OSAAT overview with all of us. So let's welcome Shashi. Shashi, welcome.
We can't hear you, Shashi. Hello.
Shashi, we cannot hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mangala, for the kind words, and welcome to all the participants for the afternoon session. My name is Shashi Kiran, and I'm one of the volunteers at OSAAT based out of San Jose in California. On behalf of the team, I just want to provide a short overview of what the organization is, what it does, and the impact that it has been creating so far. Let me provide some visual narrative as well in terms of an introduction to the organization. So OSAAT stands for One School at a Time, and it has been around for quite some time now, really powered by an army of volunteers with the vision to transform rural public education in India. And the way to go about doing this is really focusing initially on the infrastructure of schools, which, as many of you know, aren't really at par when you look at schooling in urban systems, and to build classrooms, sanitation facilities, kitchens, and things like that. And more recently, also, we have taken an initiative for digital learning as well. So these two facets are really the focus areas for OSAAT. And for those of us who have been privileged to study in good schools, one of the statistics that is very surprising is the amount of school children in rural India and in the suburban areas. Here, we see a population of almost 120 million students, which, as many of you know, outnumbers the population of several developed countries. And when you look at such large numbers, one of the key problems we're trying to attack is just the basic building and schooling infrastructure itself. And tackling that along with teacher training, along with the ability to go down the path of providing e-learning capabilities, which suddenly became important during the pandemic. And students that had access to digital learning sort of continued to maintain their education posture. But as you can imagine, in the rural areas, this was really a big problem. So during the pandemic, as well as post-pandemic, OSAAT has focused on initiatives that complement in-school learning. And this is something that we're calling as ODC. Now, if you look at the numbers, even within one state of the country, we are struck with some alarming statistics. For example, there are almost 40,000 schools just in the state of Karnataka, which don't have proper buildings, playgrounds, schools without safety enclosures, or even sanitation facilities and toilets and things like that. So when you start to compound this across the entire country, you can imagine the hundreds, thousands of schools that bear these kind of infrastructure handicaps. And this is why OSAAT decided to make it a focal area. The team does a great job of partnering with the local communities and governments to perform due diligence on which schools to participate in this program, and then matches it with sponsors who want to either adopt schools in its entirety or a combination of funds that are brought by multiple sponsors. So these are the operating objectives for OSAAT, which is to build these classrooms, sanitation, drinking water facilities, basic kitchen, and to supplement that with the digital learning that I talked about. As an organization, we have stressed that we're all volunteer-led, which means we keep the cost of overhead very, very low. And the idea is to make sure that any donation that comes into the organization does not incur these overhead, and we pass on almost 100% of these funds to the education of these children. So OSAAT is also a nonprofit organization, both in the United States as well as in India. Any donation to this organization is obviously tax deductible. So I talked a bit about the organization and its motivation. This has been going on for quite some time. In fact, almost 77 schools have been funded, over 60 have been completed, and this momentum continues. Now, this slide just shows the transformation that has been effected in just 4 of these schools. If you look at the conditions of these schools before OSAAT stepped in and the effect that the contributions have had, it's really remarkable. And children going into these schools not only benefit from education themselves, but the school also becomes a thriving hub for the community at large. And that's where we are seeing the true impact of the transformation come about. I talked about some of the physical infrastructure and buildings. While that is extremely important, today, no school is complete without the ability to supplement it with offline and digital learning capabilities. So keeping this in mind, OSAAT has started this initiative called Digital School Infrastructure School Initiative, or ODC. And this has this objective to bring together teachers, technology, students, along with partners from government and the private sector to have a 360-degree approach to e-learning. And there's a lot of emphasis now being placed on ODC because the impact of these can transcend the walls of one school and affect and impact multiple schools and thousands of students positively. This is one instance of the impact that ODC has been having, where we look at not just the students participating and the engagement that they can demonstrate, but it is also teachers who get access to a lot of these and become much better educators as a result. And policymakers who are funding these governments, they have visibility into the kind of engagement and the up-leveling of the learning curriculum overall, which becomes a huge positive for further investment. This is one proof of concept where ODC got implemented. It's running in 12 rural schools in a couple of taluks in the state of Karnataka. And it's already impacted over 1,500 students positively. We look at STEM education, English education, and some of the early statistics that really heartened us was in a sample baseline, there was a 20% improvement within span of just 4 to 5 weeks. And from the taluk of Malur, the girls that were participating and leveraging ODC were ranked second amongst 250 schools, not just in the country, but across all of the continent of Asia in a mathematics application trial, so which is very, very commendable. So this is a brief introduction to OSAAT, and it is not possible without volunteers stepping in. It's also equally not possible without sponsors, both individual as well as corporate, supporting it wholeheartedly. And I just like to take this opportunity to thank both. And what you see here is reflective of some of the corporate sponsors that have supported the organization and certain government institutions that have supported the organization. So a huge thank you to all of them. And programs such as VaadyaVaahini go a long way in contributing to the cause of OSAAT. So to all of you who are participating, thank you for making time, and good luck, compete well, and let's make sure that every child is taking the benefit of the efforts that you are putting in. Thank you, and Mangala, back to you.
Thank you, Shashi. That was very well put. I hope all our audience, get a feel for what we actually do behind the scenes. And as you mentioned, Shashi, this really is a contest for us to spread awareness. Whether they win or lose, they are all winners just by joining hands with us. So thank you so much. And without further ado, let's get started with the contest. This afternoon, the contest category is a junior wind string keyboard category. We have a total of 12 contestants, and they are in the age group of 12 to 17. And each performer has 8 minutes to perform with a little bit of a leeway up to 45 seconds, just so they don't need to end the piece abruptly. So we are going to bring the contestants on the stage one by one, and then we will ask them to start. I would also like to welcome our distinguished panel of judges at this time. On the judging panel, we have Srimati Shubha Gunapu, Sri Sushil Narsimhan, and Srimati Radha Bharadwaj. I will also introduce them later after the contest. So let's get started. So the first contestant I'd like to invite to the main stage is Kavya Kapisthalam. Kavya, are you ready? Okay, welcome. Welcome to VaadyaVaahini. Please go ahead and play a few notes just so we can hear you. Yeah, thank you. I think it's quite clear. So you may begin.
Namaste, my name is Kavya Kapisaram. The song I will be playing today is Mahaganapatam, composed by Muthuswami Dikshidhar in Aditalam.
Thank you very much, Kavya. You may
Yeah.
leave the main stage. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next contestant I would like to invite to the main stage is Kriti Mohan.
Can we give like a 30-second gap so that?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay. Kriti, welcome to VaadyaVaahini.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Namaskaram.
Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead and play a few notes first so that we can check your sound. Okay. Judges, are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay.
All the
Kriti?
best.
Yeah, you may begin.
Namaskaram. My name is Kriti Mohan. Today I'll be presenting Tandisi Rama in the Ragam Purna Chandrika set to Aditana. Thank you.
Thank you, Kriti. You may leave the main stage. So just want to remind the audience once again, this is the junior wind string keyboard category running this afternoon. And the contestants are 12 to 17 years of age. And when we bring them on stage, we are asking them to do just a few notes of a play so that we can check the sound. If there is any technical issue with sound, please don't worry. You're not going to lose any points for that. If the judges ask you to restart, go ahead and restart. It's absolutely not a problem. So we don't want anyone to feel anxious about any of the Zoom technical issues. Okay. So next, let's welcome Laya Madhu to the main stage. Laya. Welcome to VaadyaVaahini. Okay. Judges ready?
All the best.
Okay, all the best. Go ahead and play a few notes, Laya, please. Just a few notes so we can check your sound again. Okay, good. Judges, you okay with that?
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks.
Yes.
All right. Laya, you may begin.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaskara. Today I will be playing VaadyaVaahini. The tala is Rupaka, the raga is Mohana, and the composer is Appaya Dikshita. Thank you, Laya. Yeah. So you may go ahead and leave the main stage. So just want to let the audience know about one more contest rule. We give them 8 minutes to play. There is absolutely no penalty if a contestant wants to finish before 8 minutes. Because again, this age group being 8 to 12, it all depends on what level they are at in their learning. So if they want to finish in 3 minutes, 4 minutes, absolutely no penalty. Many times judges actually prefer that they pick a simple piece and play it perfectly rather than trying to do fancy things. So, but again, if you are comfortable picking a bigger piece and playing up to 8 minutes, 8 plus a few more seconds, absolutely fine with that. So let's
Mangalaji,
invite.
can you give me 10 seconds? Sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay, all right. So the next contestant we would like to welcome to main stage is Pragya Kapisthalam. Pragya.
let's put the spotlight on Pragya. Pragya, go ahead and play a few notes so that we can check your sound.
Okay.
Thank you. I think that is quite clear.
Yes.
So, Pragya, you may begin.
Hello, my name is Pragya. I will be performing Vadapi Ganapatim in Hamsadoni and in Aditano. Thank you.
Thank you, Pragya. You may leave the main stage. Just want to say to the contestants that, don't be nervous that you're performing on the main stage. Just by participating in this contest, you're already helping somebody your own age in India get an education, which is a huge thing. Education in this country is something we take it for granted. And we take that for granted. And we all have attended some fancy schools, and we really don't, many of us don't have direct experiences of sitting under a tree and not having a proper school, not having proper sanitation facilities in our schools and stuff. So don't be nervous. Just being here, just participating in this contest, you're doing a lot. We just need you to understand the impact you're having just on a child your age, sitting thousands of miles away. So we are proud of each and every one of you. So with that, let's move ahead with the contest. Judges ready?
Yes.
Okay. So the next contestant I'd like to invite to the main stage is Pranav Jaishankar. Pranav, welcome to VaadyaVaahini.
Thank you.
All right. Would you please go ahead and play a few notes so that we can check your sound again? Thank you. Thank you. I think that is pretty clear. So, Pranav, you may begin.
Namaskaram everyone. I am Pranav Jaishankar and today I am going to be playing two popular songs from the Ragam Madhyamavati, Bhagyada Lakshmi Baramma and Harivarasana.
Thank you, Pranav. You may leave the main stage. Yeah. So after every contestant, I just like to take a few seconds just to give you some tidbits of information about OSAAT. So what I want to let you know is that we are building schools in many states across India. So we have built schools in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Manipur, Assam, and also Maharashtra. So our goal, our vision is to build 100 schools by 2025. And as Shashi mentioned earlier, we are 77 schools, fully funded, 63 plus are already up and running. They have been handed over to the school authorities, and some of them are in various stages of construction. And we expect them to complete all the construction by the end of the year so that we will reach that number 77 very soon. But please help us realize that vision of by 2025 of 100 schools, because the children in rural India need us. And what we are doing is really a drop in the bucket, but it is absolutely needed and very badly needed. So we thank you for joining hands with us. Judges ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. The next contestant we would like to welcome is Aditi Pundur. So let's have the spotlight on Aditi. Aditi, welcome to VaadyaVaahini.
Thank you.
Hi. Go ahead and play a few notes for us, please. Thank you. That sounds good. So Aditi,
Yeah.
you may begin.
So, namaste everybody. My name is Aditi Pundur. I will be playing a Varna in Raga Charkeshi set to Aditala.
Thank you, Aditi. You may now leave the main stage. So one other thing I wanted to mention about OSAAT is any parents listening here, live stream, or a part of the main contest, I would encourage you to take your children to India and visit one of our schools. It is actually an eye-opener for many people. Many of our donors actually have gone and visited the schools. The reason we like to tell people is, number one, it gives you an appreciation for what the rural school children go through. And many of them walk 3 to 4 kilometers every day just to get to a school because they are in an area where there are no schools. So, and then there are the school, the so-called school is a totally dilapidated building before we intervene and build them something new. And then that brings a lot of joy to the community and it gives them hope. And as a donor, when you go there and you see the building standing up, you can bet that building is going to stand there for the next 70, 80, whatever number of years and serve thousands of children. So just by building a few classrooms, the impact we make, the impact you make with your money is just huge. So I just wanted to request all of you, when you go to India, take your children with you to one of our rural schools, visit and enjoy what that environment is like, and continue to join hands with us. So the next contestant I would like to invite to the main stage is Amulya Akkenapalli. So let's shine the spotlight on Amulya. Amulya, welcome to VaadyaVaahini. Okay. Will you please go ahead and play a few notes for us? Judges, are you okay with the sound?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Amulya, you may begin.
One second.
Sorry.
If whichever the computer, whatever they're using to join the thing, if it can be moved closer, I think the volume is not sufficient.
Okay.
If they can just move the thing
Yeah, I
closer.
felt the same. The volume could be a little louder. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you play a little bit, Amulya? It's better. Could the volume on the device that is used to join the competition be made full?
Yeah, I think that was the reason. Could be they can increase the volume on the.
Yeah, if you can increase the volume, that will be great. Sorry
Yeah.
to disturb you.
There is a Zoom volume also you can increase. So that could be the thing. If the computer volume is up to the max, there is a Zoom volume as well.
It's in the maximum.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay, Ma. Go ahead and play.
Go ahead.
Namaste. My name is Amulya Gayatri Akkenapalli and I will be presenting a Swarajati in the Raga Tamas set to Adital.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Amulya. You can exit the main stage now. Watching Amulya and asking her to adjust the volume and everything, shows us how sensitive these musical instruments are, because she just finished her sound check. But, within the same house, we all know that the temperature variation and any number of things can affect the sensitivity of the instrument, which also allows me to make a point about some of the children we see in rural India and their sensitivity. They literally sit outside under a tree or wherever there is space in their village to learn their ABCs. Millions of them are exposed to heat and cold and rain and wind, you name it, but they're there all to get an education. So we truly need to appreciate that and do whatever we can in whatever, help them in whatever manner we can. And that is what our organization is all about. And we appreciate you joining your hands with us today. So the next contestant we would like to welcome is Dhruv Vadiraj. Hello, Dhruv. Welcome to VaadyaVaahini. Let's have the spotlight on you. Okay. Please go ahead and play a few notes for us. Thank you. That's very nice. So, Dhruv Vadiraj, you may begin.
Namaskar. My name is Dhruv Vadiraj. Today I'll be playing Tattva Mariya Tarama in the ragam Rite Gauli, composed by Papanasam Shivan.
Thank you, Dhruv. You may leave the main stage now. So I just wanted to share with people, we started VaadyaVaahini for the very first time last year. That was the debut event that we had. The attendance was in excess of 110, 120, somewhere in that range. This year it's a little bit low. I think the timing may not have worked for a lot of people. Plus the fact that last year, we were all pretty much homebound. We couldn't fly anywhere, we couldn't go anywhere, and there was not much socialization going on. But this year, it's a good thing that everybody has been vaccinated, including the children. But at the same time, for a lot of people, this is a time to travel. So this year, our attendance is somewhere in the 70s. Nevertheless, we are very grateful for each and every one of you for being here, participating in this contest, because it means a lot to us. It means a lot to the children that are looking to us to give them a helping hand in many, many rural parts of India. So we thank you for that. But please do spread the word with your friends and family so that we can build this contest to a much higher, take it to a much higher level. And also, even things permit, we can even do it as a live event, which would be awesome. Listening to a full day of music, and who can say no to that? All right. So next, let's invite Divya Jagannathan to the main stage. Divya, welcome to VaadyaVaahini. Please go ahead and play a few notes just for us to check the sound.
Divya, I have to start on line 2. I have to go to line 2 if you're playing, okay?
I just wanted to request one thing. Is it possible to not have the microphone for the violin, if possible?
Not have the microphone? Yes.
The thing is, that will kind of take away the natural tonality and introduce like more some other audio quality.
Okay.
I'm
Divya?
just suggesting.
Okay, then remove it.
Yeah, I just want to hear the the overall actual tone of the violin coming out, because none of the other students used a microphone. So to keep it apples to apples. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Divya. This is your natural tone coming out, and the natural thing that you're playing. It's much nicer. That's my feeling. I think. Thank you. Go ahead. This is much more beautiful for
I
me.
agree. Actually, I had one more thing. To my ears, I feel the tanpura is a little louder. Is it okay to reduce a bit so I can just hear the violin just a little bit? Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ma, for agreeing to remove the mic. Thank you.
I want to.
Is that okay, judges? Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, great. Divya, you may begin.
Namaskaram. Today I will be presenting a Tyagaraja composition, Bhavananta Na Hridayam, in Raga Mohanam set to Aditalam. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very
Mangala-
much,
Yeah,
Divya.
Mangalaji, I just want to make sure the timing was within limits, right?
Archana is keeping track of that. Sushilji?
Yes, it was 8 minutes 30 seconds. So
Okay, good. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Divya. You may leave the main stage. So the time of performance was one of the rules that is built into the contest. Contestants can perform for 8 minutes, and we will allow them to extend it by another 45 seconds, only to make sure that the piece doesn't end abruptly. So I think most contestants have picked their pieces very carefully, but that is one of the rules of the contest. So for those of you wondering what the discussion was about, we have a OSAAT volunteer that is keeping track of everybody's time, just to make sure that nobody goes over, because the contest rules have to be fair for everybody. And that is the reason we want to make sure that everybody abides by the rules of the contest. So that said, judges, if you are ready, I'm going to invite the next contestant. Okay. So the next contestant we would like to welcome is Madhura Chandrasekhar. Madhura, welcome to VaadyaVaahini.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead and play just a few notes so we can check your sound again, please.
Yeah, should be fine.
Should be fine. Okay. So, Madhura, you may begin.
Namaskaram. My name is Madhura Chandrasekhar, and today I'll be presenting a Varnam in the Ragam Hamsadwani set to Adi Talam, and my brother Sanjay is going to be accompanying me on the Mirdangam.
Thank you, Madhura. You may leave the main stage. And if anybody is wondering about the live accompaniment, that is one of the contest rules we have allowed. Basically, in the wind string keyboard category, contestants are allowed to use a percussion accompaniment live or any app that will give them the laya. And in the percussion category, they are allowed to use a lehra, a shruti, somebody playing a harmonium with them for that matter, things like that. And this is something that we introduced last year, and we have the same rules have continued this year as well. So that is the live accompaniment that you just saw. The accompaniments do not count towards the performance of the contestant. Judges are not going to give extra points just because somebody has a live accompaniment. So we just wanted to make that clear to all of you. So if the judges are ready, let's go ahead and invite the next contestant.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Our next contestant is Sahana Karthik. Sahana, welcome to VaadyaVaahini. Would you please go ahead and play a few notes? Judges, is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. So Sahana, you may begin.
Namaskaram, my name is Sahana Karthik and I'm going to play the Swadajiti Radhavenu in Dagam Bilahari set to Aditala.
Thank you, Sahana. You may exit the main stage. So one other point about the contest is a lot of people were wondering if we have any rules in terms of the type of piece a contestant can pick. Does it always have to be a kirtana? Does it always have to be a varna? What is the minimum and so on? So our stand on that is, considering this is a contest for the 8 to 12 category, an 8-year-old that's been practicing violin for 3 years may have more expertise than someone who just at 12 years old picked up the violin last year. So we really did not want to define the type of piece a contestant is able to play. We just want this to be enjoyable for everybody. It should be as enjoyable for an 8-year-old as it is for a 12-year-old. So that is one of the reasons we did not restrict the type of piece a contestant can play. So
Mangalaji, the last contestant was Sahana Karthik, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thanks.
She's a contest number 11. So we have one last contestant now. Number 12 is Roshan Hemige. So if the judges,
Hemige, okay.
Yeah, that's the last one. So if the judges are ready, I'll go ahead and invite him.
Yeah, just a small comment. Roster says Rohan Hemige, so just wanted to. Oh, it is Rohan. Okay.
It is Rohan Hemige. Yeah.
I thought you said Roshan. That's why I got that.
No, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry,
Rohan
my
Hemige.
bad.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. Roshan, I'm sorry. I may have mispronounced your name.
No, that's okay. No problem. Just want to make sure it's indeed the right person.
Sure. Yeah, it is Rohan Hemige. Yeah. Rohan, welcome to VaadyaVaahini. Would you please go ahead and play a few notes for us so we can check the sound again? Mm-hmm. Judges, is that okay?
Yeah, seems fine.
Okay. So Rohan, you may begin.
Namaskara, my name is Rohan Hemige and I will be playing Saraswati Namostate in Raga Saraswati, composed by G.N. Balasubramaniam, set to Rupakatala. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rohan. Appreciate it. So Rohan was the last contestant in this category. You may leave the main stage, Rohan. Thank you very much. So at this time, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of the contestants. You all have put in a lot of hard work and it showed today. And we are extremely happy for the way you performed. So let's get to know the judges and also hear the feedback from them in terms of their observations of the contest. In our distinguished panel of judges today, we had Srimati Shubha Gunapu, Sri Sushil Narasimhan, and Srimati Radha Bharadwaj. Shubhaji and Sushilji, they both are artists in the Bay Area and teachers. For a number of years, they've been training students in the Bay Area. And Srimati Radha Bharadwaj is joining us from Dallas. It was very sweet of her to join hands with us at this VaadyaVaahini contest. So on behalf of OSAAT, welcome, judges. Thank you so much for being here. I would like to invite each one of you to provide some feedback to the contestant in terms of what you saw and any tips for their improvement. So we can start with Sushilji. Would you like to go first?
Sure. Actually, they made my life difficult, to be honest with you, in the sense that, each of the kids, they're so talented and they presented it with so much clarity and good tonality and good rhythm, everything. So it's they're all so close, so it becomes judging very difficult for us. So thank you for making us my life difficult. At least I'm sure the other judges will have the same feeling. One thing I'm very proud of is, like the youngsters of this generation, even though, they are, I guess most of the participants were from the North America, I would presume. So even being so much miles away from the motherland where the music originated, I really appreciate and send my kudos to the parents and students for putting their best in order to, with all the other pressures of school and stuff that we all have here, to learn this art and also to the teachers, a big hats off to the parents and also the teachers in particular, because, it takes a lot of effort because, myself being a teacher of Carnatic music and other things, basically it takes a lot of effort to spread the tentacles of our culture to the future generation. And I'm happy to say, a couple of my students who are in Texas itself, they are teaching to other kids now. So that's a good feeling when, your students spread it to others and our culture keeps growing and our music doesn't feel left out. So basically, congratulations to everybody. And like what Mangalaji said, and Sri Shashikiran, I think, if I'm correct, said, like there is no whoever wins or not wins today is not the thing. We are, as opposed to, the great facilities that we get in North American schools, whether it be a private school or a public school, we still get a whole set of better facilities than what kids get in some of the villages in India. So you have all contributed to their betterment and them getting better education, and hats off to all of you for that. So I really commend everybody for that aspect of the competition. And all of you did a great job. Don't get disheartened. You didn't get the prize, not get the prize. That's not the main motto. Keep the music going in the long run. That is the main thing. Whether you played a Swarajati today or a Gite or a Varna, or you put Swara or did not put Swara, or you played a Ragam or not, that is not the main thing. A person who has played good Raga and Swara today for a particular thing, if he or she discontinues in a year, whereas another person who has played the Geetam continues for next 20 years, that player will be a better player in 20 years. So all I'm trying to say is keep the continuity, practice every day. And as I tell my students sometimes, practice at least half an hour a day. If you don't have half an hour, practice half of that, which is 15 minutes. If you don't even have 15 minutes, touch the instrument for at least 5 minutes a day, because all of the instruments, especially, it's what do you call us, whether it's vocal or instrumental in particular, the brain and the signal has to be transferred from your brain to your fingers, then to your bow or plucking thing. So you have to be in touch with the instrument. So please spend at least 5 to 10 minutes on the instrument. It definitely deserves that respect. Okay. With that thing, I'll close my comments. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Sushil ji. Very good advice, practical advice, and something that everybody can put to practice and learn from and grow from that. So next, I'd like to invite Shubhaji. Go ahead.
Thank you, Manglaji. Thank you to all my fellow judges, volunteers, and OSAAT organization for bringing this beautiful platform and for a great cause. And I'm very commendable to see that first. And also to all the parents, gurus who's invested time in their children to learn the art and master it. And at this age, very small age, veena or violin is not or any other instrument they pick up is not easy to play, but they've put so much heart and soul and practiced it, and they did such a good job today that, as Sushil sir said, it's going to make our decisions very tough right now to pick and choose. Everybody is a winner, and they did beautifully. I had the best, lovely afternoon today, listening to music, and it really made my day. So I think I would reiterate whatever Sushil sir covered everything. Like, definitely practice is the thing. Practice makes man perfect. And also make it your passion. Enjoy the music, feel the music. Many people just do it. Okay, I have to learn it. This is another task. Please don't think that way. It's your passion, and enjoy it. And it's a very de-stressing tool also. Music is the most de-stressing thing, just like meditation. So you can carry it forward with you in your journey throughout your life, whether in college or further down. And it'll always be with you and gives you a great, focus of mind, creativity. We've heard that even Albert Einstein played guitar or something, with all his other things going on. So music is wonderful. And if you've picked up the instruments or anything, or even singing, and you're continuing it, I think you yourself doing a great favor, and you will pass it on to your future generations. I trust in all the people, on the little kids who played, and seeing very little ones carrying veena, I was like very touched. I'm like, oh my God, that veena is bigger than the kid, but
Yes.
they did such a beautiful job. I think the veena started loving them. So it's really lovely. And thank you again for inviting us. And I enjoy being part of this every year, and continue to do that. And best of luck to all the children. Best wishes, and keep doing the music. Don't stop. That's my thing. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. Thank you, Shubhaji.
Just a small comment. Hope you don't mind, Shubhaji. Albert Einstein used to play my favorite instrument, violin.
Violin, is it? Okay, I thought it was guitar.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So
yeah,
we missed him playing Carnatic music. Yeah, that's the
yeah, yeah. And another small correction is, again, historically it has been said, practice makes a man perfect. I would like to add HU to that: practice make a human
perfect. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely true.
Yeah. Sorry, we have to respect all the both, whether it's girls or boys,
Absolutely. It applies to everybody, every human being. And absolutely, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And that's great advice from both of you. And obviously, as teachers, you have shaped a lot of youngsters. May inspired a lot of them to pick up veena or violin and start playing. Just them watching you would have inspired them to pick it up and start playing and get that enjoyment. And that's a very good thing. So let's also meet Radhaji. Radhaji, would you please go ahead and give us feedback?
Yeah, first of all, would like to thank you, Mangalaji. It was so amazing, this platform, as like both the judges said. It was so nice. I mean, hats off to all the kids and all the participants. They're trying to hold the culture. And then, it's very difficult being here, and then having a teacher, finding the right teacher, and then going on with it, practicing. This all makes them, they are already winners there. I feel. And then they're starting at such young age. And then as Shubhaji said, I was so touched when they have this veena bigger than the child itself. And
Yes.
whether it's being attached to a microphone or no, but this, the innocent look on their face, and then a little offbeat here and there, they look at you and smile, that already shows that they are correcting themselves. So beautifully done. And I feel it's a great credit goes to the parents. It's not easy, like with their busy schedule, they are trying to build in. Like for me, I have been moving around, I see that students are getting, they still don't want to give up. So that's another thing I agree with the other judges saying that you need to be consistent, wherever the teacher, suppose your teacher is not there, or you don't find them, there's always an online connection nowadays. So try to get connected online at least and learn, because that's also possible nowadays. So don't give up and be consistent. And they already did amazing job. And I was so happy that half of them took such difficult songs, like we never dared to do that at their age. So amazing, I feel so proud that they are able to take up such big songs, such big kritis, and they're
Absolutely.
playing
Yeah.
confidently. And
Yes.
then there's absolutely no hesitation, okay, I'm doing this. I was so surprised at that age they're taking such big kritis, giving all the gamakas wherever it's required. It is so beautifully done. Thank you. And thanks to OSAAT, you're trying to bring this beautiful stage for them, as well as getting connected to people in India. They should know that we are still holding on to the culture, and they are all learning, not giving up. I suggest all students, don't give up. Wherever you are, whichever part of the world you are, get connected and then continuously practice. That would be a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I thank you once again on behalf of OSAAT, because you have been extremely generous with your time and your expertise. You have given us such guidance in shaping this contest. All of us are admirers of music. We are listeners. We are not performers. So,
yes.
for us,
Mangalaji, I'm giving my time at a charge. The charge is that let me clarify what I mean by my charge. The charge for each student that they have to practice more. That's it.
Oh, that's great. That's
And
great.
this is our service to the community and to the art form, right? So
Yeah.
this is our duty, if you take it, we learn from our gurus. So
Yeah.
we're giving it back to the community. So it is our duty, our dharma to do this. And, that is what makes us feel very contented that we are doing this, it's priceless.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But,
Yeah.
my point is you're going above and beyond. As a teacher, of course, you promote and you train, but you're also joining hands with us and being so generous with your time and expertise in helping us shape this contest so that
It's
we
my
can be
pleasure,
a good
absolutely.
platform.
My pleasure.
Yeah, two more tidbits really quickly to the participants if they're still listening is, everybody cannot be, just talented, like picking the flute and play everything, or picking the veena and play like a big artist on from day one. Nobody is like that. So I keep telling, at least to my students, a couple of tidbits like, like NG, meaning no guts, no glory. If you
Yes.
if you don't practice, don't expect it's going to come. When I say no guts, no work, no glory. No guts, no glory. So, and whatever you play, always feel, I tell them the word CBB, could be better, I could be better, keep practicing more. So some things for them to remember and learn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Everything that has come from you is a blessing to the young artists, and we hope that they're listening to you and they will put into practice all the wonderful tips you have given them. So I think all the contestants and the families, there is nobody else other than the judges and the OSAAT family. So if you would like to go ahead, compare notes and do your deliberation, you're welcome. So a couple of us are going to stay with you just to answer any questions you may have. So.